grouping. What you'll notice here to start with is that we have 4 terms rather than our traditional 2 or 3 term polynomials. So what we're going to do is we're going to look to group them first 2 by 2. So you ask yourself, what do these first 2 monomials have in common? That's right, they have an a squared in common. So we factor out an a squared, and what are you left with? 3a plus 1. Great. Now, what are we going to factor out of the second 2? A 3, a 2, and then you're left with 3a plus 1. Now that you've grouped them into really 2 terms, what do they then have in common? And if your answer is 3a plus 1, you're right. And then what are you left with? A squared plus 2. Let's try another one. So we have again 4 terms. We're looking to group them 2 by 2. It's a little reminder up here. What do we factor out of the first 2? 5. What do we factor out of the second 2? W. Then what do these have in common? That's right, an x plus y. So you factor that out. And what are you left with? 5 plus w. Now one of the trickier types is one that we're going to do next, right here. So again, you look at this is 4 terms. We factor the first 2. There's an n squared that they have in common, so you factor out an n squared, and you're left with, that's right, an n plus 2. Knowing that, you want to factor something out to end up with a positive n. So in order to do that, you'd have to factor out a negative 4, which will make it n plus 2. We then have an n plus 2 in common, so we factor that out. So an n squared, so n plus 2 times the quantity of n squared minus 4. And then one extra layer to this problem is that you then can factor this as the difference of 2 squares. Have a great day.